Welcome to Play PSVR 2, the podcast. This is episode 131. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a lot to talk about. Of course, I'm Adam with my buddy Alex. First question, right off the top, Alex. What starts with a W and ends with a T?
What?
Correct.
Oh, I get it.
I got him. Oh, you fool. Listen, Firewall is out. I didn't buy it because I'm not a grade A sucker, but Alex is. I want your opinions. We've got tons of news. Gamescom, baby. Was that in Germany, right?
That was in Germany. We went there virtually last year.
Schnitzelhausen-Schnog. Gamescom.
Is that German? Is that a German accent?
That was German. Yes, I speak it fluently. And then you know what it is. We've got so much to talk about, so little time. We're going to start, of course, with the Gamer Juice, and I'm excited. This is probably going to go horrible, Alex. I have Hatch, Chili, and Lime Jones Soda. My friend Gary got it for me. This is going to be... I can't imagine a world where this actually tastes good, right?
What is Hatch?
It's a type of chili. I feel like stupid.
Oh, Hatch chili. Okay, Hatch chili. All right,
yeah,
I get it. Yes. I get it now.
Okay, well, down the hatch.
I thought it was gonna be like down the hatch. I thought it was gonna be like hashed browns. Hashed.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
that's not gonna be
it's
good.
Awful.
That's not gonna be good.
It tastes like I met Mrs. Pepper and I just sucked on her teats as though I was a newborn. It's horrible.
But Mrs.
Pepper hopefully you have something better.
It's not. I mean, it'll taste better. I went to the Shell station, got a Simply Spiked lemonade, and I was like, "Well, that sounds refreshing," but no, it's strawberry lemonade, which I didn't know until after I purchased it. Strawberry lemonade makes it sound like it's going to be like a food. Either way, this thing's big. We'll see if I make it to the end of the podcast.
That's what she said.
Who Miss Pepper said that? Adam, I noticed that we are representing both ends of the spectrum here. You are a top, I am a bottom. I was wearing this on the bottom, my bandana on the bottom, out of respect for Firewall 0 Hour. I'm officially a contractor, Adam. I don't know if you remember from Firewall 0 Hour, you are not a mercenary, you are a contractor. And when you die, they say, your contract is terminated. And it's like, who are you talking to? I just died. So you're the idiot.
Actually, I'm Bart Harley Jarvis. I represent, baby. Okay? F you, Bart Harley Jarvis.
F you, Bart Harley Jarvis.
Also, Jones, throwing down life lessons in the cap. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken.
I mean, that's just corny dad joke. Well, I want to be you.
You
Adam.
You could take yourself like Firewall took Alex's money. Okay, so the reason Alex is going to enter into this wonderful discussion of Firewall is because I will be honest, I have not played VR in about a week and a half. So I've been playing Final Fantasy Type 0. It's a free PlayStation Plus game. Pretty good. Pretty good. It was a PSP game, but they ported it to PS4 with HD. Pretty good. Then I played a little bit of Judgment. Alex gave me that game long time ago for the Steam Deck. Played a little bit of Tetris Effect. They have a couple new modes that at some point came out. I don't know when.
Why are you playing Tetris Effect more? Just stop.
Dude, I played like 20 minutes worth. I was waiting for the food to get done in the oven. What am I going to do in 20 minutes? Unlike you, I don't just find areas of the house to pleasure myself in. So I played a little bit of Tetris. Sorry. Sue me.
What would I do for the other, 15 and a half minutes?
Yeah, that's actually pretty impressive. This is just awful. And I know drink it. You know what it tastes like?
Garbage.
I mean, other than that, it tastes like the booger jelly bean.
I will eat a puke jelly bean right now if you drop a booger jelly bean in there, let it dissolve, and then eat it.
Dude,
the booger jelly bean has to go. No, that was a bad deal.
You're an idiot. It already tastes like a booger.
That's a bad.
The thing is, it's not even going to
hate that
dissolve.
game.
It's
You
just
know
going to
I hate
sit
that
there.
game. I hate that. All right, here's a damn it. Good
Why?
thing
That you're an idiot. You're so stupid. Now you have to.
it conned me. It felt so much like a peach for like a second or two
No,
there.
and now you're gonna have to talk about Firewall with a barf breath.
Well, maybe that's for the best because this has pissed me off just the same way Firewall's pissed me off. Let me get this garbage down my hatch the way I got the
We're coming
garbage
in
Firewall.
hot, folks. You thought we would have this nice, well laid out plan of a podcast. Wrong. We're going off the rails. Alex, you look sick. I don't know if it's because it was Firewall or this barf bean, but you look sick.
Okay. I need to lay out my thought process here. Everybody knows that listens to the podcast. We are not fans of Firewall Zero Hour. We thought
The first game, yeah, we weren't fans of the
Firewall
first.
Zero Hour, yeah. We thought the game was slow paced. We thought the game had balancing issues. There's no like ranked matchmaking, right? If you play, you're playing against experts. The gameplay to time spent trying to play the game ratio was way out of balance. I think we did a challenge. How many can you fit into an hour? We got 2 games in. And just on top of that, just the game is kind of clunky, kind of repetitive in the end. There just wasn't a lot of meat on the bones. However, we enjoyed it because we had the aim controller. It gave us a reason to use the aim controller, and it was fun. We were all doing it together, and it was new. So Firewall gave us some good feelings early on. We got tired of it after a while. We got mean with it, so much so that our boy Buxer, who I'm still friends with on PlayStation Network, came on the podcast to try to talk us back, say, hey, it's not so bad, guys. You got to be nicer to it. And then I started feeling bad. And Firewall Ultra, they started showing videos. The videos didn't look good. The graphics looked okay, but they talked about interesting things they were doing. Eye tracking, cool stuff with the flashlights, close your eyes to not get blinded by a flashbang. Cool stuff. I want to support that. Then they said the reloading is button press reloading. And I'm like, that's all right. That's my least favorite part about Pavlov is the manual reload. I get why people like it. I get why it's like a mainstay in VR, but I would be okay if I could just hit a button to reload in Pavlov. I mean, that's what I do in Synapse effectively. And so I started feeling like they were getting too much bad press when this game might actually come out and be good. And so I thought, if we are going to dog on Firewall Ultra, I better pony up some cash and earn my right to dog on the game. I want to play it. I want to see what it's like. So I bought the game right before launch. That crap's like $40.
$40.
Let me look. I mean, I'm upset. It's very rarely am I upset with myself.
Okay, while you look,
yeah.
Did you know this jelly bean was actually going to like dissolve?
If it's actually dissolving, that's a bit scary.
Like you see the bubbles coming off and it's making a ton of like it's at least partially.
What's going to suck is it's going to be the good flavor, the pear, right?
Great. Then I've got hatch chili and lime and pear. Sounds maybe even worse. You're taking a long time.
Yeah, because I mistyped the word firewall, you son of a. All right, Firewall Ultra Digital Deluxe Edition.
You misspell it, but Pornhub?
That's not a misspelling. That's where I wanted to go.
Okay, so what's the price?
Well, first of all, they're already selling the cryptocurrency. They're already selling virtual currency for this damn game. 500 shadow coin for $5. That pisses me off right away. But the digital ultra digital deluxe edition is $60. What did my stupid ass pay for this game?
Yeah, what's the base? I mean, you probably hopefully you didn't buy the deluxe.
No, hell no. Base mode is $39.99. It's $40 at launch. Which I'm thinking, they came out and they were like, we have a new single player mode you can play, and the graphics look so good, and all this stuff is so good, and it made me think they believe in this game. But I bought it, I downloaded it, I played it, and Adam, let me just get through the list now, okay? And then you can ask me questions. Right out of the gate, it's an obvious PSVR 1 port. It's an obvious PSVR 1 port. Yeah, it's the new Unreal 5 engine. The environments look pretty, which makes sense for the engine. The animations are still janky. First thing I see when I join a lobby, I see a dude and I start making fun of him for having one arm because I thought his character had one arm. I thought like, oh, you could pick that contractor who had one arm. And I was like, dude, you're the one arm dude. How do I get that guy? No, it's just the janky ass model. His arm was like stuck inside his body.
I thought you were gonna say the guy actually had one arm in real life.
No, that wouldn't make any sense. But it was just like it's just a janky ass model, the arm stuck inside the body, and then the other arm holding the gun.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat. Because he walked around and I saw a little hand sticking out of his belly. It's like, oh, it's messed up. And then I felt bad for making fun of somebody for having one arm.
How do you know his arm wasn't on his belly, like in real life?
Do you think this guy in real life took his hand and like Vegeta style stuck it through his belly and impaled himself? Oh, maybe it was. Maybe it was.
I don't know, man. Okay. So anyways, right off the bat,
right at the gate, there's that. When you start the game, you have this tutorial. It's that like warehouse. You remember that like fake house level in the first Firewall where you can like get up on the second floor and look in all the rooms. It looks like a training area. Anyways, it's a bunch of like plasterboard or whatever it's called.
Okay.
Wooden board.
I do remember it now. Yeah.
You're in that area and you're walking through, and you have a pistol and they teach you how to like aim. So the aiming is you just have the gun in your hand and you can hold it with your other hand, and I guess it makes it more stable. But then you have to like hit L1 to hold it in the other hand. Cool, whatever. Then you hold down L2, and it does that. At first, I was kind of excited. It does that Resident Evil 8 thing where it locks the sight of the guns to your head. So then as you're moving around, it aims, which I appreciate. I thought it worked really well in Resident Evil 8. However, this does something weird. They have like eye tracking or something like that for your aiming. And so what you do is you have to like look at what you want to shoot at and then grab the gun and then hit the button, and it'll lock even though it like aims the gun somewhere, it will actually shoot wherever you were looking when you pulled the gun up. It's very difficult to reliably figure out. There are people who are good at it, and they are amazing shots in the game. There are a lot of people like me who just can't quite figure, like, I'm not always doing that 5-step order of operations of like, hold the gun up, bring my other hand here, grip it, look at what I want to do, then pull the trigger to like zoom in on it and then shoot. Like, that's way too much crap going on. I can't figure it out. But that being said, I started going through the tutorial, was just shooting dudes, whatever. And then I didn't know how to get out of the tutorial. There's nothing telling you like where to go in the tutorial or what to do. You see indicators all over the place, and you go see it. It's like, this is a grenade. Great. I pick up a grenade. My trajectory thing for the grenade, I think they use eye tracking, but they don't tell you. You know how like some games will show like an arc for where the grenade's going to go? Thing just starts like bouncing like crazy. This is the first grenade I picked up. I have no idea what I'm doing. I throw it. It lands on like a wooden fox up in the ceiling, and I was like, awesome. That fox is up there because it's probably like a bonus point. It blows up. Nothing is destroyed in the environment. There's no destructibility in the environment, which seems that's just to have like a little Easter egg, right? Like that. Like if imagine if targets came up in Rush of Blood and you shot them and they didn't blow apart. It just like had a bullet hole. Everything was like that was sad. So I don't know how to use grenades. And then I like picked up an ammo case. I didn't realize it. Here's a very disappointing thing that I did not think was going to be disappointing. Everything you do in the game that isn't shooting, you do by like some combination of like having to look at it, and there's an icon, and then you move your hand over to the icon, and then you have to wait for a prompt to come up to say press L1, and then you have to hold L1, and it's got a little circle thing that completes, and then you open a door, and then you pick up an item, and then you hack the computer. And what sucks is about 50% of the time I'm over there, I'm looking at the thing, I got my hand over it, and the prompt isn't coming up. And so I'm just like, what the hell am I supposed to do now? Something as simple as just hit the button. Let me hit it with my gun. I don't care what it is. It's a door. A door, first of all, should just be like hit X. If you're going to make me move my hand there, just hit X to open the door. I don't care. We got tons of buttons. So none of that worked. It was just difficult. Everything was just so frustrating. I didn't know how to get out of the tutorial. Apparently, to get out of the tutorial, you hit start and like say like leave tutorial. And then you say exit to hub. And so then I exit the hub, and I'm in this hub where apparently you can pick out your loadout and stuff like that. But there was nowhere for me to like start a game. Also, loadout means nothing, and they don't explain the hub because it's not the tutorial anymore. So I have no idea what I'm doing in this room. I'm running around trying to figure out where to go so I can like play single player, play multiplayer, do anything, change my gun. I don't know how anything's going on. And I just get fed up and hit start again. And again, it says exit to hub. So all right, I exit the hub again, and suddenly I'm picking like single player, multiplayer, blah, blah, blah. I join a multiplayer lobby, and Guess what I spend doing in the multiplayer lobby?
Oh no! Did you just sit there and wait?
Just sit there and wait, man. Well, after I'm cracking a joke about dude's one arm, then I sat there and waited. And I was running around the lobby trying to figure out what's going on because there's like a board and it has like people's names and you can hit like it says like X. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit the X button, see what happens here. Nothing happens. I don't know what that board is. It just has our names on top of it. It has a X button prompt under it. I got no idea. And then after running around a bunch, thinking I was picking up new guns to change my loadout, but I couldn't pick up any guns because I just have one gun because I haven't played the game enough to get money to buy new guns. I find that in like one room of the game, there's a little clock, and the clock is counting down how long you have to wait for the game to start. So, so even if everybody is in the match, you have 4 on one team, 4 on the other team, and everybody's raring to go. You're sitting there waiting for a clock to count down.
Oh no! Do you remember how long?
Best case scenario, 2 minutes. And so I was playing a game with the guys in there. I said, all right, guys, we got 2 minutes. Let's do this. We're going to play a new game. It's called I'm going to count. I'm going to look at the clock. I'm going to turn around. You're not allowed to look. And I'm going to try to count to 10 and see how close I am to 10 seconds. And so while we're waiting for Firewall to start, we're all playing this game, taking turns of just going, okay, all right, 150. Okay, 1, 2, and count to 10 to turn. Oh, I was off by 2 seconds. I counted too slow. Way more entertaining than Firewall 0 Hour actually was. Firewall Ultra actually was. Because when you get into the game, I'm sorry. Do you have questions, Adam? I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah. You're going ham. Okay, not necessarily about what you said, but here's my thing. Okay, you've already brought up quite a few concerns. First of all, there are multiple reviews open and live. Game hasn't been out very long, and if I remember correctly, this studio said they weren't giving out codes even to big name people. So how are these people? They put out a review. They played it at most. What? 3 days? I
could review this game because it's Firewall 0 Hour, and I played plenty of that. It's the same game.
Well, yeah, but some of it you can't review a game when you've played that little. Also, IGN, they liked it.
What did IGN give it? That's hilarious.
Let me look at. They just said it was an enjoyable, reasonably fast-paced, competitive FPS. They did say it was rough around the edges.
No, it's not fast-paced, and I swear to you, there is not an ounce of enjoyment happening in this game.
Well, someone on Reddit said that what more would you want in an FPS? So.
Yeah, and about 5 other posts were railing on it. One guy said he called it, quote, Firewall Ultra is a bottomless cheek. A bottomless cheek. I don't know what it means, but I think it explains exactly what the game is.
Cheek? Like a butt cheek?
Like butt cheek. I guess what he's trying to say is like, it's like a butt cheek that's not attached to anything. Or it's like buttless chaps, like chaps cowboys wear, and then there's no butts on them.
If you listen to this, whoever posted that, please contact us. You got a free come on the podcast. Let's chat it up, man.
We gotta know what bottomless cheek is. Yeah.
I want to know what that means. Okay, so that immediately bothers me that there's already reviews out and people have played it for like 2 days.
What did IGN give it as a score?
There's no score.
Okay.
Or at least not on this.
This is what I'm talking about. Freaking IGN. They badmouth VR and they don't play Synapse. They don't play Resident Evil 8 in VR for real. Then they play garbage like this and like, actually, VR is pretty good. What the hell is going on over there? Anyways, keep going.
I don't know. I don't. Okay, so far this is very disappointing. I think when you get, hopefully, maybe you're somewhat close to being done. I want to figure out where, like, how does this fit in, man? It can't fit into the game catalog anymore. Like, is there, from what you've played, is there anything that you could say, oh, okay, well, that beats Pavlov in this area. Maybe in this scenario, in this circumstance, you would want Firewall Ultra other than Pavlov.
In a situation where you are already an expert in Firewall, you already have the maps memorized, you already have all the weapons, in a situation where you can start like that, you somehow download all that knowledge into your brain instantaneously. You somehow hack the game and have all the body armor and things that you need. In that situation, maybe the game is better for you than Pavlov. Maybe. But I will say every second of me playing the game was fraught with frustration. The walking was inconsistent. I was getting hung up on like rugs and like corners of boxes and stuff like that.
It's very real. You trip on rugs all the time. I see you walk.
I was having issues opening doors. I found the cryptocurrency, which this is really, I never realized this. It's cryptocurrency. Why are there coins?
It's physical. You're finding it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, why are there coins laying around and that's cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
I did try the PvE that they announced. So like, we got this new co-op mode. It's PvE, and you got to go. Guess what? You got to go and hack a laptop, and then you got to hack another laptop, and then you got to hack another laptop. Good luck. It's going to be fun. No, it's just that hacking the laptop mission, but it takes a little bit longer. And it's not like I'm over here and the AI team is over here, and we're meeting and like battling it out. It's like I'm over here, and there's just a radius around me where like enemies will spawn randomly. So it's not like, oh, I've gone through that hallway. I know nobody is going there and it's secure. It's people will literally pop up anywhere at any time because they're just randomly spawning in the environment. So like strategy goes out the window unless I'm just looking everywhere all the time. That sucked so bad. I wanted it to be like at least a little bit okay. It was awful. It was awful. This is nice that no longer are you kicked back to the lobby after one game. So it's best of 3. Great. You once after you do that, wait for the lobby to fill up. And I've already read reports on Reddit. People are waiting 10 minutes, 20 minutes for their lobbies to fill up so they can play. And then once it's full, they have to wait 2 minutes. I was taking a dump earlier today. My phone was blowing up and I didn't know what it was. It's because a guy I played with last night kept sending me an invite to play Firewall because he needed somebody to fill up the lobby. He just kept sending it because he was so desperate to play because nobody was coming in his lobby and he was tired of waiting. Yeah, it's
so here's the question. So and this is going kind of outside the realm of Firewall here. More of like what does Alex do? You just spent $40, you bought this game. You don't enjoy it. It doesn't sound like you're enjoying the experience whatsoever. Is that true?
It's true.
What do? Do you cut your losses, assume you just wasted $40 and that's it? Or do you try to play more and get your money's worth? What do you do in a situation like that?
Yeah, I think I was talking to Shafe Dog on Discord or something about this. It's like how in a world where Pavlov exists already, in a world where Synapse exists, in a world where I can play other first-person shooters and get my rocks and do other things in VR. And I'm already at a premium for time, right? I'm running out of time to play all the games I want to play in VR. How do I handle this kind of game? On the one hand, I spent $40, and this is kind of an important title for the PSVR, whether historically or even now. And so part of me is like, at least get my money's worth, at least get like 10 hours of gameplay out, and I could kind of be happy with what I've done. But then the other part of me is life is too short. There are other games to play.
Humanity,
exactly. And I think the way I got to break it down is like, okay, maybe I got $5 worth of gameplay out of Firewall, like $5 for the knowledge to know that I don't really like it. And then how much money would I pay to guarantee I have a better experience than what I'd have if I continue to play Firewall? I'd gladly pay $30 to not have to do this again and just move on to Humanity, which I got for free, right? So I think that's just going to happen. But the correspondent in me from this podcast says that I need to play this game give it another go, right? Have a night with me and Shafe Dog and maybe Will if he got it. Maybe find Buxer. But the issue is, getting back to my list of things here, is the tutorial doesn't explain how to do anything. You don't know how to set up your loadout. You don't know how to get new weapons. You don't know how to equip new weapons. At one point in the game, the gun switched hands. My gun went to my left hand, and I had no idea how, and I couldn't undo it. And I had to shoot with my left hand, and I was suddenly a left-handed person, and it was impossible. I had to go into the start menu, options menu to fix it. But the big issue is that this game, you die so quickly. You die so quickly. It's like 2 bullets and you're done. And you can get revived, but then you die again. There's no time for me to evaluate what's going on and for me to figure out what did I do wrong. The only way I could possibly have any success is to camp in a corner and hope some dude makes a stupid mistake and walks into a room and doesn't check to see if anybody's in there. And that's going to be unlikely the more I play the game. And also, that's an incredibly boring way to play a video game. It is not fun, and that's not what I want to do. So ultimately, I think I just got to cut my losses. I'll give it another night. I'll give it another 2 or 3 nights. I'm mad at myself for spending $40 in this game. I'm mad at the developers for making this game. Normally, I don't get mad at developers for making games, Adam, but I have to be kind of mad at these guys because they got like purchased by Sony, right? They are a PlayStation Studios studio. They have tons of money from Firewall Ultra. They got a big push from Sony, and the best thing that they can do is just like update the graphics for Firewall Zero Hour. I think there's 2 new maps. I don't know. The gameplay is ostensibly maybe worse than it was in Firewall because you can't use the aim controller. The aim controller made that game. The lack of the aim controller broke this game. There's nothing in here that's fun, and I don't want to do it anymore. And if I want to shoot somebody, I'm going to play Pavlov. Yeah.
Okay, so let's look. So everything, I'm looking at some of the complaints here. Everything's a button press. That I'm trying to think, like, can a patch help fix this? So button presses, patch isn't going to fix that.
Yeah.
Crypto coins, that's not going to change. Waiting. You're still going to have to wait for people, but they potentially could eliminate that clock thing.
Yeah,
you're right.
Or
that's
they could make it like a
best
of 3 is best of 3 is stupid. They should do like best of 5. They should give you options: best of 5, best of 10, something like that. Yeah.
The tutorial that they could change. A patch could fix that.
They could have a better tutorial. I doubt they will, but they could have a better tutorial.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think, like, if people are upset, is there coming back from this? Like Switchback was so bad, there wasn't coming back from it. They could release patches till the cows come home. The game just sucks, and it's bad, and it's broken. It's never going to be good. I'm wondering, is this that, or is this fixable? Why it's not already great day one? Because remember, they pushed this back. What have they been working on?
Same thing happened with Switchback. They pushed Switchback back, and what have they been doing? Well, not making the game better. This is a really prescient point. This is the topic of the day, Adam, is at what point can a game be redeemed? Now we're also looking, bless their hearts, First Contact Entertainment. The day Firewall Ultra launches, No Man's Sky gets the patch that we've all been waiting for with foveated rendering. And No Man's Sky is a prime example of a game that came out. People derided it. People hated it. People wanted refunds. I think the guy who made the game went into depression for all the bad comments he was getting, and they turned it out. They turned around. They updated the game. They patched the game, and now it's a glorious game. And I am excited to play it. I don't have time because I was playing Firewall. So what was happening? What happened with No Man's Sky that made it possible? And does that apply to Firewall Ultra? So I think what happened to No Man's Sky was there was ultimately just a lack of content, right? You had the planets, you had the ships, but there was like nothing to do. And it maybe wasn't randomized enough. And there wasn't multiplayer. Here in Firewall Ultra, we have the multiplayer. We have the maps. They could add 100 maps, and I wouldn't be more enticed to play the game. They could add 1,000 guns, and I wouldn't be more enticed to play the game. So more content's not going to do it. The only real content that would do it, and this is what they should have been doing from day one, is make just some kind of campaign. Just any kind of campaign. Something single player that I can play that's not mindless bots walking in a straight line towards me shooting, which is what they have now. Like even like a pseudo zombies mode.
No one cares. This game's screwed. It's coming out right before Crossfire Sierra Squad, whatever the heck it's called. They need to pick a better name. I can't remember it.
It's an IP. It's based off some other famous. There's like a famous game in China called Crossfire, I think.
Pavlov is out. Like there's just there's no room. There's no room for another game like this, especially if it's going to be subpar. That's
the thing. If Pavlov had come out at launch, mind you, and been broken and weird and janky, and they slowly fix it, that'd be one thing. Pavlov came out at launch, and it was damn good. And it was immediately everything we had hoped Firewall Zero Hour could have been at some point. To have this come out later with all the money of Sony pumped into it, all the development time, all the experience, and it comes out and it's like Firewall Zero Hour 1.2. It's just very disappointing. And to what you said with like updates and patches and DLCs, these are the guys that like just didn't care. They didn't do anything in Firewall Zero Hour about the long wait times, the matchmaking, the lobbies and stuff like that. They just didn't do anything about it. And they've repeated these same mistakes. I don't know why they think that people want to sit around. That
blows my mind. How do you listen to the complaints and you don't directly fix them? Dude, do you think Sony regrets purchasing First Contact?
I don't know how they couldn't, to be honest. Just looking at what they put out.
Have they made anything else other than Firewall that maybe I don't know?
I think they made like that Solaris Off-World Contact or Off-World Combat or something like that, which I bought. I never played it, but it used an aim controller. I can't play it now because the servers are offline. But yeah, that's a really good question. Is Sony disappointed in what they've done? I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in myself for buying the game and thinking it could be something that all signs told us it wasn't going to be. The trailers were bad. The rumors were bad. The news when it finally came out was bad. And now the game is bad. I'm disappointed in myself for that. I'm disappointed in the developers for putting out a game that gets me to be mad at it. I don't like being mad about games. You know me, Adam. I try to like games. I try to like the good things about games.
Yeah, it has to suck for you to dislike it. You like Garden of the Sea. You like freaking Vertigo Home.
Yeah.
You like these games, Stunt Kite Master. That there's no reason you should like them. So that's how I truly do know it must be bad. So is there any part of you think that has somewhat of a grudge or negative feelings toward Firewall Zero Hour that is just lingered in this game?
Yes and no. No, because yes, because it's the same game as Firewall Zero Hour. So whatever issues I have with Firewall Zero Hour, I have with this. No, because it's a new game put out by the people who made Firewall Zero Hour. So it's not a lingering grudge. If the grudge is lingering, it's because the people who made the game didn't listen, didn't figure out what the problems were, and didn't do anything to fix it.
The thing is, like, I look at First Contact's website here. They made 4 games. The first one was ROM Extraction, Solaris, Firewall Zero Hour, and now Firewall Ultra. They, at least according to their website here, they've done like extensive like testing. They've got people in bodysuits and like scientific testing of how you would go about doing Firewall and stuff. And I don't know what the heck they've done. It's a decent sized team. It's amazing to me that some of these games, Skater VR.
Yeah.
One dude made it.
One dude, and it's awesome.
Incredibly better game than what, 50, 60 people here on First. I mean, I don't want to go after these guys, but like, how does that happen, man?
That's what hurts. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to be mad at these guys for making this game because they've obviously worked really hard. I want to assume they've worked really hard.
The thing is, I feel bad, but at work, I've seen people that I'm like, I want to like them as people, but I sit and I'm like, what are they doing? Like, I want to be like, well, they're working hard. But then if you stop and think about, are they? Like, I don't know. At work, I wonder that. There's some people that I'm like, I actually don't think they've worked. I don't know what these people are doing.
I wonder what about this game made them think like, yeah, let's keep doing this and let's put this out and make it good. Same feeling I had with Bravo Team when that came out is like, at what point did you think, yeah, this is fine, this is good enough, I'm having a good time and it's fun? The reason I like a lot of games is because there's always something in there I can see that's like, this is what they were trying to do, and they don't always do it. But if I can at least get an idea of what they were trying to do, I can like latch onto that and nurture that and try to enjoy that. For this game, I don't know what they were trying to do. It literally looked like they saw like a recipe for how to make a Rainbow Six type game and they were like, we're just going to do that. And they didn't think about like the soul of a Rainbow Six game, how a Rainbow Six game feels, what it feels like to play with my friends, what it feels like to play by myself. They just thought like, it's got to be slow paced. You got to shoot guys. You got to shine flashlights and throw grenades. And it's just like, I don't make games. I don't know how to do it, but there's more to games than that. And this game lacks soul, and it bothers the hell out of me because I spent $40 on it. $40 as an investment, hoping that they would do something good. And last night, like I said, Adam, I could have continued playing more. I decided to go to bed early because I was so frustrated, so annoyed. This game made me not want to play VR anymore. I was just like, I don't want to play any more video games. I'm just going to go to bed. That doesn't happen with anything, man.
Yeah, you play Luigi's Mansion on a freaking 2DS.
Yeah, right? It like neutered my appetite. If I have to go on like a retreat where it's like, you're not allowed to play video games for 90 days, last game I play is going to be Firewall 0 Hour because I'm going to be like, video games can F off. I never want to touch another one. That's how it makes me feel. It just
that's sad. I mean, I didn't want to buy it because I saw this coming. You bit the bullet. Hopefully you were saving the good listeners some time and money. And so if you're listening and if you've read the reviews and you've seen the Reddit comments and Alex even furthered your, I guess, understanding that you shouldn't buy this, send them an email, contact@playpsvr.com. Let them know, man. Give them some love. He wasted money, so maybe you didn't have to. I appreciate you, Alex. I don't know if that means anything, but I appreciate it because now I can use that $40 and I can spend it on more Bean Boozles.
On a fisherman's tale, yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll play this game more and I'll figure it out, but I don't like it when a game, enjoying a game is relying on the fact that, if you play it enough to figure out all these weird quirks, it makes it an enjoyable thing. That's not, like, the game itself just isn't fun for me. If you like Firewall 0 Hour, you're probably going to like this. It feels a bit worse because there's no aim controller, but you're probably going to like this if you like Firewall 0 Hour. I didn't like Firewall 0 Hour. I like this even less because there's no aim controller. Use that as your barometer for whether or not you should check this game out.
No doubt. At the next segment, we didn't cover any of our news.
Yeah,
Firewall is the big topic of the night, right? New game, big title, had to talk about it. We've got news, we've got Gamescom, we got jokes. Stay tuned. We're gonna just slather you with this sweet content.
Some cash on Firewall Ultra. I thought it'd be a PSVR 2 game changer, yeah. All that money's gone, just a virtual stranger, yeah. But the hype was a ruse. Left me feeling the blues. Adam! I'm so sad about playing Firewall Ultra. Bring me back up. What are we gonna do?
Okay, well, if a blackbird has black babies and a bluebird has blue babies, what type of bird has no babies?
A no bird.
A swallow. Alex, we are going to talk about some news. Then we got some Gamescom. And also, before we get started, during the break, I took the jelly bean out of my drink. Look at that. It's literally deteriorated the entire outer wall.
Eat it.
Oh!
Instant booger. It somehow made it worse.
Oh, the texture. Oh, what is happening?
Swallow.
I thought maybe the flavor was just on the coating on the outside. It's all the way in.
No, it's on the inside. The coating is what dupes you. It's what makes you think there's going to be something good coming.
Oh, that is atrocious. And I don't want to drink this drink because it's horrible.
Yeah, it's got the coating on the outside. I ruined you. I came out on top with this bet. All right,
I don't think you did. You had a barf.
The
Madison VR. Dude,
yeah.
I'm not watching any trailers because I want to go in fresh. I know enough about it to know that I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
We haven't had a horror game in how long? What is happening?
It's everybody was waiting for the horror that was Firewall Ultra. No, Madison VR, they had a video of the gameplay reveal at the Gamescom opening night live, I think, or somewhere thereabouts. And as expected, it looks scary as hell. So you're like walking around, obviously first person because it's VR, and you have
I didn't watch it on purpose. I don't want to ruin it.
Well, can I just tell you? I don't care about ruining it for you.
Don't ruin anything, but okay.
No, you don't see much in the trailer. Just that the gameplay comprises you mostly walking around environments and shooting, shooting a camera. Like the camera is your weapon. So taking pictures and that flash makes the guys appear almost like Luigi's Mansion. So I might have a leg up on you in being good at this game.
Yeah, but you're still probably gonna crap yourself because you're a little baby back swallow.
Wouldn't be the first time.
You already talked a little bit about No Man's Sky. Looks better. Foveated rendering. I'm gonna be honest. There's too much in this game. I know I won't finish it, and that is a major hurdle. I don't want to play a game I'm gonna have to spend 150 hours in, and I know I'm not gonna finish.
So here's my deal with No Man's Sky. This is why I'm finally excited, is that when No Man's Sky came out, there was always something to wait for. Always like, once they do that, if I could just fix that, that would be good. When it came out initially, I just didn't like playing games with the controller where I have to look around a lot. I wanted it in VR. I knew it could be in VR. I knew it was coming for VR. Then when I played it in VR, it was blurry. You either used a DualShock, which isn't too fun, or you used the Move controllers, and they suck ass. Then PSVR 2 got announced. This was coming out for PS5. It was out on PS5. They're like, they messed it up. The graphics are kind of blurry. It's not too good. And now the VR version looks as good as the console version. And I have no excuse to not get in there and actually play because I can locomote with analog sticks. I can move my hands around as I want to. Everything I need in the game is there. So I think I should just bite the bullet and start playing No Man's Sky. I think it's going to be a game you just got to play like once every couple of days for maybe an hour or so. Maybe build a station, go fly around.
You need to play Humanity. I think you're scared. That's the only thing I think is that you are scared that it's going to rip you your soul a new one, and you don't want to go through it. You don't want to be enlightened.
I have a responsibility to the listeners of this podcast to report new things to them, like the fact that Firewall's not good and No Man's Sky probably is really good.
Hey, I told them there were 2 new modes in Tetris.
We all know that Humanity's great. You and I both attest to that. There would be nothing new for me to come around and extol to the listeners.
You haven't even got the first boss.
I played enough to know that I love it.
Oh, crap. You haven't played jack crap.
I'm going to beat it and not tell you one day.
Please do. I would actually love that. I wouldn't mind. Good. You actually completed a game. It's a miracle. You still haven't beat Astrobot.
What was the last game I beat? I beat Resident Evil 8. Eat it.
Okay, but that game, if you don't finish that, like you
got a problem. I get it.
I
haven't beat Synapse yet. I got to do the third run still.
See, you haven't even beat the Fisherman's Tale upgrade for the PSVR 2.
I've not, because it's not out yet, but it was announced. I guess it was unofficially announced. People saw it on the PlayStation Store, so we're thinking that A Fisherman's Tale is going to be upgraded, hopefully a free upgrade.
Why would you want I guess unless you didn't have a PSVR 1. I don't know why you would want this.
Here's why you do it. You didn't have a PSVR 1, you got a PSVR 2, and now you can buy the Fisherman's Tale bundle, right? They want to sell the bundle. They want you to buy the old game, buy the new game, put them together. Here's my deal. I really like A Fisherman's Tale. That's a game that I like to drop people in to show them how weird VR can be, because that perspective shift stuff is really cool. So I don't know that I'd pay $10 to upgrade it. I might pay a couple bucks. I'd be even happier if it was free, because I'd like to jump in there and kind of mess around with it a bit. It might be more fun with better tracking with the new controllers. But that's news, Adam. That's news you can use. You can tell your family that A Fisherman's Tale might be upgraded for PSVR 2 if we're lucky, based on things we've seen in the store.
Fish is too small. Throw it back. I'm not going to feed it to my family. Listen, I understand them having it and doing the bundle with the first and second game. I get that. but paying $10, that's almost as much as the game itself costs. I remember it costing like $12 for
They never said you had to pay
$10.
I think it's going to be a free upgrade.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was $10.
No. I'm just guessing that I wouldn't pay $10 if that happened, but I might pay two or something. Okay. We do not know. First of all, we don't know that this is happening. Second of all, if they give us a price, then we'd know it's happening. And $10 would be way too much for a game that regularly goes on sale for about $7.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think you should pay any more than $5. In my opinion, yeah, I wouldn't play it at all.
The game is so cheap. I think it was on sale for $2 at one point. The upgrade should be free.
$2, I would pay $2. I would pay that
to upgrade it, or just to buy the game.
To buy the game.
It's so good. Okay,
it's your opinion.
I think we talked about this, Adam. Resident Evil 4 VR is going to be playable at the Tokyo Game Show in September. No, we did not get an official invite. No, Sony is not flying us out to Tokyo to play this. Capcom is not flying us out to take it up with them. We spent our budget on Firewall Ultra for this month, and that's what we did with our money. But it's promising they have it in playable form. The public's going to get to consume the RE4 VR version. It's being shown in September, which makes me a little bit hopeful that we might see it before the end of the year. Does this rustle your jimmies? I'm just excited about previews, right? I know it's going to be good. Yeah.
Christmas. I would be like, guess what, fam? I'm not joining you for Christmas because I'm going to be in Raccoon City.
It's not in Raccoon City. You're in Romania in this game.
I'll be in Romania, and I'm not talking Romania. Listen, I mean, this game is just going to be incredible. If they I don't want to rehash what we've already talked about. If they don't do anything but keep the same engine as Resident Evil 8 and do this, it's going to possibly be the best game. They make any improvements at all, it's going to blow our nutters. Our nips are going to be fried, and I can't wait for it. So, yes, I'm very excited. I wish we could play it. But it's okay. You're right. It's September. Gives me hope. I mean,
we're going to see footage, right? We're going to see footage of it.
Christmas, back in the day, Christmas reveals and launches were huge. I feel like either I'm not as connected to the industry as I was as a kid, or maybe I'm blinded now, or do you think they're not as important and not as revered as they used to be when we were kids?
Well, now you got big boy pants. You got a big boy job. You make some big boy money, and you can buy a game whenever you want. But when you were a kid, it was like, all right, I got 2 chances to get a game that's not like $5 at Kmart. I gotta cash in on my birthday, and I gotta cash in on Christmas. And so that's why the Christmas launch is really important, because everybody's got birthdays everywhere. But everybody's getting a gift on Christmas for the most part. So they got to release games then. That's why we were in tune then. Now we can buy games whenever. But you make a really good point, Adam. I think this is gearing up to be something that's ready for holiday season. Think about what a compelling package this is. Last year, 2 years ago, you bought Jimmy a PS5. What are you going to get in this year? He doesn't want an Xbox Series X. PS5 is doing that in spades, baby. I'm going to drop a PSVR 2 on him. And what's he going to play? Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil 8, and Resident Evil 4 VR, the trifecta, and Firewall Ultra, if he's been a bad boy.
I hope Jimmy has some big balls, because playing Resident Evil 8 and 4, he is going to be shook.
Jimmy has very large balls.
You would know. So, I'm excited. Anything Resident Evil, #1 game, indisputably. Yeah. I don't even know. I feel like it would be very difficult to find someone on the street, to find someone in, Game Exchange, find someone through the decades, find someone in your local library who isn't going to agree that Resident Evil is the best. So yeah, more Resident Evil, bring it on, because everyone else, for the most part, is letting us down.
You just gave me a great idea for a video I need to do. Just walk around downtown with a microphone. Resident Evil the best? Is Resident
Dude, enough people know that IP. Have you ever watched any Resident Evil game or TV shows or movies?
They are awful. They're awful.
Are they? Dang.
Except, I remember as a teenager. Sorry, mom and dad, if you're listening to this. I watched Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil movie, and I watched it in slow motion because if you freeze the frame at just the right time, there's Bush. So
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was
Why
weird.
would they add that?
They didn't add it. It was Mila Jovovich falling off of something. It was good catch on my part.
But that's real weird. Speaking of Bush, I arranged a threesome a few weeks ago, and very much like this show, Alex, there were 2 no-shows, but we still had a good time. That was the other joke I was going to lead off with, but I chose not to. Now I got them both in. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
The other 2 people didn't show up, Alex.
Yeah, but it was still fun. We still had a good time. It was just you. But the best thing is you said we still had a good time, implying that you have anthropomorphized your penis as another party to this, as another member of this party. So I like that too.
Oh yeah. Either way, what's the next bit of news?
Okay, I think actually this is where the Gamescom news begins. Bulletstorm VR, that was announced. They released a trailer showing some footage. That's super cool.
Are we just going to ignore the fact that Paper Beast was listed?
Oh, thank you, Adam. Paper Beast, a game that came out of PSVR 1. It's listed on the PlayStation Store as like a PSVR 2 game. I think we're awaiting an announcement that it's actually being released. This is a game that I bought, never played, heard was really good. Excited to finally dive in if it's on PSVR 2. It was on sale, Adam.
Make him pay. It's not going to be a free upgrade, baby.
This is the stupidest thing, is that I will spend money and never touch Paper Beast. Everybody knows it's good. I will spend money and never touch Another Fisherman's Tale. Everybody knows it's good. I will spend stupid money and play Firewall Ultra enough to where I get sick of it and sick of video games in general. For what reason? For the listeners. Adam, let me get into Gamescom. Bulletstorm VR. It seems like when this game came out on consoles in the flat version, nobody had anything good to say about it. Then it got re-released, and people were like, I remember loving Bulletstorm. I personally remember loving Bulletstorm. I liked the idea of it. It was a fun game, good shooting, good mechanics. Now it's coming out in VR. Release date, December 13th. That's a Christmas purchase right there. $49.99 or $39.99. That's a bit steep considering it's a PlayStation 3 game being ported to VR. However, I want to play it. It's a full-on single-player game. It's not a multiplayer-focused game. It's a single-player, first-person shooter with fun action. Think like Doom VFR type fun, Adam. My biggest concern, this is what I learned. The developers who are making this or porting this are the developers who ported Green Hell VR, which just got panned for the bad port in terms of graphics. They're making this on the Quest at the same time that they're making it on the PSVR 2. That also has me concerned. Nevertheless, the gameplay is going to be good enough that it might carry the day. Any thoughts, Adam?
My breath is atrocious. This stupid hatch chili and lime has stuck with me, and now I'm burping. It is horrible. This is one of maybe the worst gamer juices I've had, because the others I can get over it, and it sucks and it's gone. This won't. So I'm watching the trailer. It looks good. Of course, everything looks good when you're watching cinematic trailers. What is up with these freaking people? Is this $40 going to be the new game price? Are we just going to have to suck up, pay $40 freaking dollars? VR Skater, not quite 40, but too expensive at 39. Firewall, Resident Evil, Gran Turismo, Bulletstorm VR. Like, if you've got a really big, I could see Resident Evil being 40. That deserves $40.
How much would you pay? Just knowing that like flat games are $70. Final Fantasy 16 was $70 when it came out, right?
Yes.
How much would you pay for Resident Evil 4 VR? Knowing that it's been out for a little while now, the VR mode is going to be a free add-on. How much would you be willing to pay $70 for Resident Evil 4 VR?
No.
Why not? I would. You know how good it's going to be. It's going to be the best game you've played in VR your entire life.
I mean, you're probably right, but it's too much.
But you would pay $70 for Final Fantasy 16
and then play it and then immediately sell it and I played it for $15. That's what I do.
The price means nothing to you because you're one of those kids who would like buy candy at Sam's and take it to school and sell it to all the kids at school for like 50 cents more.
I did that as a kid on the bus. I just wreaked havoc, man. I made so much money. Dead serious. We went to Sam's Club and we bought snacks and candy. I took it on it was a Tupperware type thing. Took it on the bus. I mean, it was because at the end of the day, all the kids who had a little extra money knew that they needed to spend it. It was great. I can tell you're laughing. I'm not sure what you think is so funny here.
There's just the archetype of people that you encounter in childhood, and I've just now pegged you as that kid. So it's like now I know 5 versions of Adam. All those kids that I knew as little kids, and I wonder what they grew up to be like. I knew they grew up to be like you. You are that kid.
I also did other people's homework for money. I mean, I ate cat litter for money. $10. I mean,
this isn't getting better. This is getting worse rapidly.
My mom caught me eating cat litter, and she made me give the money back and call the poison control right then as a punishment. I guess like I was embarrassed to call the poison control company, but I was like, bro, I made $10 and I ate like a pinch of cat litter. Like, I'm not embarrassed. If anything, I'm proud of myself. Like, you gonna do chores and do mowing and make a measly $15 or eat a pinch of cat litter for 10? Like,
she's so embarrassed. You should have saved this for the end so we could sign off. We got more news to get.
Yeah, Alex is losing it. So I like the view of Bulletstorm VR. I'm not thrilled with the price. You're right. I hope they prove me wrong. I don't think anyone can focus on the Quest and PSVR 2, have the same release timeline, and have the PSVR 2 ported to its max.
They did it. They did it with Light Brigade.
And you think Light Brigade is everything it could and should be?
Hold on a second, Adam. Okay. My PlayStation just turned on randomly by itself, and the steering wheel I bought for Gran Turismo 7 just randomly started spinning around on its own. Scared the hell out of me.
That is awesome.
I just hooked it up today. Haven't had a chance to turn it on or do anything with it, and I just hear my PlayStation start whirring. I guess it's time. It does its nightly update or something. I turn and look, and the steering wheel's lighting up like a rainbow and just spinning around. Blew my mind. Sorry,
dude.
Adam.
Play Gran Turismo after this. Just like one race. Just get in
for
there.
sure.
I will be curious to see what you think about it, because I gotta think it enhances the ability. The only thing is your wheel. Do you gotta sit it on your lap?
No, I got it screwed into my desk. It clamps on. It's real secure.
Wait, what? So you have a desk. You're sitting in like a computer chair.
Yeah. A sex chair. I mean, I guess all chairs are technically sex chairs.
You know it. I love beanbags. Anyhow, moving on. 7th Guest VR. I didn't see the trailer. You did. It comes out October 19th, which is my grandma's birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
That's right. Yeah. And I like I said, didn't see the trailer. You thought it looked cool. Give me the lowdown.
Yeah, so this is 7th Guest VR. It's like a mystery type game, adventure game, like Myst or whatever. But they did that cool. They talked about it. They actually showed it in this footage where they're doing full motion video, kind of like old school games would, where they record actual people acting. But they somehow integrated that into 3D models. So it's like VR recordings of people moving around, and it looks like full motion video. Really nice effect. And then just watching it gave me the feeling of what's that game? The Invisible Hours, which is a game I loved. So a murder mystery with Invisible Hour vibes in VR with this new cool tech of FMV VR stuff. I'm kind of excited. I'm really impressed with it. The developers are kind of known entities, so yeah, I'm interested. What are your thoughts, Adam? You gonna move with it?
I'm gonna have to see it first. It's probably gonna be 40 freaking bucks, but the fact it's on my grandma's birthday is a plus. And
how does that affect the game?
you got good vibes on grandma's birthday, you know? So you just I don't know. Everything is based on how I feel at that moment. I'm
Are you
like,
going to have your grandma play this game on her birthday?
if she would,
I feel
I
like a
think
bad grandson because I have no idea what my grandmother's birthday is.
well, you are not only a bad grandson, a horrible person. Vertigo 2, I am so sick of you talking about Vertigo 2. Every time I text Alex, hey man, how's your day going? Vertigo 2. Hey, have you tried Pinkberry? Vertigo 2. What's the difference between gelato and ice cream? Vertigo 2. Everything I say is Vertigo 2. I'm sick of it. It's coming out on October 24th, not my grandma's birthday. I'm not buying it.
I was rating for how good a game is the proximity to your grandma's. I love it. every game hereafter that comes out is better than Firewall 0 Hour by virtue of the fact that it's that much closer to Adam's grandma's birthday. Vertigo 2, Adam, they released a trailer. This is a full-on VR game, first-person shooter, fully developed in VR, not restricted to like Quest graphics because it was built on PC VR. It's the closest thing we're going to get to Half-Life, and everybody loves it. Did you watch the trailer for it?
No, I didn't watch the trailer for it.
Well, if you would watch a trailer for it, you might be excited too because the game is
because
funny.
I didn't play Vertigo 1.
I didn't either, Adam, and I don't care. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be like number 4 on our list when it comes out, I imagine. They gave us a release date, Adam, October 24th. Not your grandma's birthday, but still a damn good day to release this game because it's going to be coming out before Resident Evil 4 VR. Give me 1 second, Adam. My rabbit is tearing up my steering wheel right now. 2 seconds.
I'm gonna tell the people about Vertigo 2 here.
Yeah, tell them all about it.
I'm pulling up this trailer. Alex again is super freaking excited about it. So this isn't anything but someone talking. I mean, it looks fine.
Yeah, it looks great.
Actually, mean, it doesn't look great. I think it looks fine.
I think it doesn't look great, but knowing that VR games don't video well. Oh, give me 1 second to get her in the cage.
I think that's fair. That okay, maybe a VR game. The experience is better than it looks, right, on flat. But
yeah,
I mean, I'll probably play it, but it's just, I don't know, man. I'm not. I would like to play Returnal in VR.
Yes. If you would like to play Returnal in VR, you need to play Synapse. Adam,
I'm gonna play it, but I'm gonna wait for a sale. There's no reason. If I were gonna buy it full price, I would have bought it when it came out.
Happy grandma's birthday. On your grandma's birthday, I'll buy you Synapse.
I'm hoping to buy it before then. Hopefully, it goes on sale.
It won't, because it doesn't need to, because it's worth every penny. All right, it's showing you that it's worth it.
Do you think that Synapse is going to be better than Vertigo 2?
It's tough. I really like Vertigo 2. It's like one of my favorite things I've done in VR.
Wait, I didn't think you played it.
I'm sorry, not Vertigo. Synapse. I really like Synapse.
I was like, what the heck are you talking about? Okay.
I really like Synapse. Okay. Hellsweeper VR coming out September 21st, way sooner than I thought. Maybe they already announced that. They showed co-op multiplayer. They also announced the game is going to be cross-platform. So all those losers on the Quest 2 and Quest 3 going to be playing with PSVR 2 heroes like you and me, Adam. Or you and I will just play with each other and absolutely not play with Quest 2 or Quest 3 people. They were doing backflips in this. They were doing bullet time. They were shooting two-handed weapons, chopping dudes in half. Did you see the video footage? No, you didn't.
You know it.
How close is this to your grandma's birthday?
It's not too bad. It's 21 days. 21 days away.
So you're looking forward to it?
Yeah. It shouldn't be too bad. What I'm getting a little swelled up over here about is Phasmophobia. It was delayed. It's a week. Is it exactly a week before Christmas? So you're saying the 24th or
week before Halloween, not Christmas.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You said Christmas.
Halloween. Oh, is that what I said? What? Oh, my bad. So it is coming out on the 24th.
So they can't give us a rough day. They were kind of shady on when they.
It's coming out the 19th, baby, and it's gonna be a day one buy, and I'm gonna be playing it. My grandma's gonna be playing it. My family's gonna be playing it.
And your great grandma's gonna be.
I'm excited for.
Your great grandma's gonna be a ghost in the game.
Oh yeah.
Like, say and just like rustling the cupboards and stuff, and you like open the cupboard, and you're like, "What are you trying to say to me, ghost?" And she said, "Say happy birthday to my daughter."
Listen, this game looks dope. This and Madison VR look incredible. Especially nothing does my heart gooder, better. Makes me so happy when you get horror movies, when you get horror games in October. That is the time you are ripe to be scared. You're in the mindset. You're watching Freddy Krueger. What's his name?
Cougar.
Okay, the fact that Cougar means it's wrong. It's Krueger, isn't it?
Cookie
I said
Muncher.
Cougar.
Cookie Muncher.
Cookie Muncher. I'm watching Halloween and Michael Myers. It's incredible. And then you add Phasmophobia on there. My nips are gonna be so hard. And maybe I should save Madison VR for. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna play it day one, but I'm excited for this. Phasmophobia. Both of those I think are going to be winners.
I'm laughing about the idea of what if the story in Phasmophobia is it turns out that the ghost was like your great grandmother haunting you. Like you're scared the whole time, then at the end you find out it's your great grandmother haunting you. And like, great grandma, what did you have to tell me? And I see you masturbating sometimes.
Concentrate a little. Concentrate a little more.
Yeah. Don't do so much.
Actually, wait for the threesome to arrive before you begin.
You're waiting all night, Adam. Adam, speaking of threesomes and waiting, Gazzlers comes out.
Guzzlers VR?
I don't know what this name is supposed to be. I watched the footage of this game. It's literally an on-rail shooter because you're like on a train car shooting these monsters coming at you. It's cel-shaded. I'm actually surprised. It looked better than I thought it was going to be based off the name Gazzlers and the screenshots I saw. It's coming out September 14th for $15. Are you watching the trailer right now? Or are you Googling Gazzlers and getting a lot of warnings? You got to be 18.
Well, with a name like Gazzlers, I've got to be like, what the heck is that? I will look up what is a Gazzler, though.
You're playing Phasmophobia and your grandma. I saw you play Gazzlers. You got to stop playing Gazzlers.
Yes. Oh, they keep showing me Gas Guzzler, but that's not Gazzlers. So Gazzler isn't a thing.
Yeah, I mean... It's a game.
I know, but it sounds real dirty. Yeah, this looks like crap. I mean, maybe that looks like crap. This looks like something like a mid-tier game that on our games list, we've got 36 games that we've rated so far, maybe more. It looks like it's going to be around 20.
It'll be like Transformers Beyond Reality.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with. See, that's the thing, Adam. We're bringing it back around because we're almost done here. I liked Transformers Beyond Reality more than I liked Firewall 0 Hour because Transformers Beyond Reality had an identity. It had a core to it. This is what we want to do. We want you to experience hanging out with the Transformers and shooting robots. And it didn't try to do what it wasn't. It didn't try to be a tactical, team-based shooter, lobby simulator, which is what Firewall is. Firewall has no core to it. The people that like it despite of how bad it is, not because of the goodness of it. I'm looking forward to Gazzlers more than looking forward to putting on that effing game again.
Well, I tell you, you bought that effing game and you haven't bought Gazzlers.
I can't yet, but I will. I will gazzle all night.
Are you a Gazzler? Like, that name.
I know a couple Gazzlers. One of them's haunting Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
Great Grandma Gazzler.
Great Grandma Gazzler. I love that. Dude, I'm probably not even going to play that game. It's coming up soon, though, almost 3 weeks.
Yeah. What if it turned out to be real scary? Would you play it? If I played it and I said, Adam, I know you like scary games. You're hankering for one. Gazlish is pretty scary. Would you then play it?
No.
No, you wouldn't.
No. You think, something like Garden of the Sea is scary.
No,
Like,
Garden of the Sea was spooky. I'm just joking.
I hate you. Yeah, you're so stupid. You're so dumb. So Alex, my question to you before we wrap up. If I were to jump into a VR game this weekend, what do I play? I don't have anything new, so I have to go back. I mean, I guess I could maybe buy it, but I'm not buying Synapse full price. So what do I do? What's the move?
Let's look up the sales right now. We're just gonna go.
I don't know if we got time. It's not about the sales. It's about.
It's not about the sales.
It's not about me buying more stuff. It's about me getting the work of what I've already bought. Like after the fall.
Have you played through Resident Evil 8 again? As in, like, different difficulty level.
No,
it's been long enough.
But I need to give that a while.
No. It's obvious. You already own No Man's Sky. We have better controllers. We have better graphics. It's worth you revisiting, and we could revisit together. I think that's a valid approach. And I'm right. And that's what you need to be playing, is No Man's Sky.
Are you? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it was, but that one June days that you streamed Light Brigade, I was just like, I was impressed.
Dude, Light Brigade is good. Yes.
Yeah.
If that's on the table, Light Brigade is what you got to play. Oh, they just announced new content coming to Light Brigade. Two things they've showed so far. They said there's more. Is that new cigars? You can get cigars and hold them in your mouth while you play the game, just so you feel like a badass when you're playing with a cigar. Also, hats, and the hats give you enhancements. It's like armor, so you can take one extra shot, or they'll add other stuff to it depending on what kind of hat you pick up. So, yes, Light Brigade, Adam. Purchase Light Brigade. How much money do I have? How many times do I have to gazzle to get enough money to send you for Light Brigade?
Well, first of all, are we ever going to play Walkabout? Are we going to play Poker Stars again? Two, what is this? Trip, a new way to meditate.
Yeah.
$60.
So here's the deal. That is on an app, like on a phone or something. That's a subscription service. So they charge you like $5 a month for it. But they can't do that on the Sony store. So they just make you pay for a year up front, and then you get it indefinitely. I doubt it's worth it. What's VR going to do to make that's just going to distract me more, having crap on my face when I try to meditate. But yeah, that's the most expensive VR game.
Oh, wow. That is stupid. Oh. I could play Room VR.
Did you see you could play Room VR, it's pretty good. Did you I need to download that. Thanks for reminding me. Did you see the new game coming out called Broken Edge? It's $15. It's a sword fighting game. It looks pretty cool. I went ahead and took the plunge. It comes out in September 18th. From Fast Travel Games. What have they made, Adam?
It sounds real familiar. I can't remember.
We're running out of time here, but I'm going to figure out what Broken Edge made because I wanted to play it.
I mean, Light Brigade's only $25.
I'm telling you, Light Brigade is good. It's worth it. It's good. What you saw was wonderful. I can't say enough to try to get you to buy it, and you're going to hate it. That's what makes me sad.
Why do you think I'm going to hate it?
Because every game that I like, you play, and you come into it as like, Alex is so dumb, so I'm not going to like this game. And I'm like, I guess I just got to like, all right, fine.
I'm going to buy Firewall then.
Okay, please. No,
I'm going to also waste my money.
Fast Travel Games made Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game. Don't know about that. They made Cities VR. They made Vampire the Masquerade. I swear, didn't they make that? What was that robot game with the bow and arrow? Oh, they made Budget Cuts too. They made The Wraith Afterlife. Apex Construct. That's what they made.
It.
That's what they made. Okay.
That's the money shot.
That's the money shot. So anyways, they're making this game. They're making this game a sword fighting robot game called Broken Edge. I threw money at it. I think it's going to be fun. 1v1 VR fantasy sword fighting. 33% discount if you get it now.
Okay, I'm gonna think about. I'm gonna think about Light Brigade.
Yeah.
I think I liked what I saw. Maybe I'll watch your stream one more time and shoot some bad guys.
It feels
maybe that's the move.
as good as it looked. It feels even better. Yes, I think you'll enjoy it, and we'll talk to each other about how much we like it more than
Just
Firewall.
like me.
Yeah, you feel even better than you look. You look terrible though.
Yeah. Well, at least I feel better.
All right. Well, that is it for episode 131 of Play PSVR 2, the podcast. Thank you, Adam, for joining me today. Thank you, listeners, for indulging. This was like a therapy session for me, Adam. Firewall Ultra was so disappointing, it broke me, but you pulled me out of the depths. And I love that you brought up Light Brigade right at the end, because that gives me a glimmer of hope. That is the light in the darkness that I need for PSVR 2 to let me know that everything's going to be okay. So I appreciate it. So if you like what you heard here, go ahead, leave us a comment. We're on YouTube. Gaming is in Session. Adam and I recorded an episode of our other show, Gaming is in Session, and Adam forgot to edit it and didn't upload it. So you're going to be getting hit with 2 episodes here. Wham, bam, thank you, man. So go ahead and listen to that too, and leave comments there. Leave comments here, and let us know what you think about the show. You could probably show Gaming is in Session to your mom because she doesn't have to play VR to enjoy it, but you could show both of these to her. Show it to your auntie as well. Have them go on iTunes and leave a review for us. 5-star, please, and explicitly state that they're somebody's auntie or mom. We need to know these demographics. That's who we're catering to. But that's it. So thank you. Please don't buy Firewall Ultra unless you really want to. For Adam, I'm Alex, and this has been Play PSVR 2, where virtual reality is our reality.
Happy birthday, Grandma. Baby back. Baby back. I do that. Baby back. I do that. Say turd one more time. Blammo! Say turd one more time. And I start sucking on it. I would rather put my penis in a notebook. I do that. I do that.